Hello Pisces, it's your Cosmic Auntie with a May Tarot reading. May Tarot reading for Piscean energy. So you may be a Pisces sun, moon, rising. Maybe you're exploring a unique placement of Pisces or aspect. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this has just come across your page somehow, and however this video has found you, I'm just so glad that it did. And please stay if you feel called to. I'm very happy to have you. Pisces, the visual I got for you this month is like really interesting because it's been the eclipse season, and I've really laid low, as we probably all have been really confronted with lots of, it was just a powerful time. And I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, the image, Pisces, I got for you was about, I was telling Aquarius almost 10 days ago that I received these images for you in the month of May. And at first the visual was just like a field, like a thicket. It was kind of like an incline, so it was like a hill of some sort, and it was kind of wildflowers. It's very pretty. And there was a reading where it was a very similar visual, but then something kept nagging on me to say it's not the time to do the reading. And then I was starting to get kind of annoyed. I'm like, why? It kept being like, what is with this image? I hung up on it. And then a few days ago, I felt into it, meditated into the visual of the meadow, and I just was like, I wanted to hold it, look at it, really take it in, and be like, what's going on here? What am I supposed to be paying attention to? And then the visual zoomed right in into the grass shifting a little bit, kind of going up the hill, and the visual took me right into the grass, and there's just this little mouse ripping up the hill, just zooming, not running from anything like that. It didn't seem like that in the visual. It was just busy going up the hill and shaking the grass a little bit. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can chat about today. And I hope that this month has been good so far, and you're as well as you can be. So I'm going to start shuffling. We'll get into this meadow, this mouse in the meadow image. And also, before I keep going here and look at these, just want to remind you to tune into your own intuition, okay? You know yourself best. Bounce all messages off your own inner guidance, okay? Really tune into what resonates and what doesn't, and yeah, choose your route within this energetic map that suits you best, okay? I want to design these readings like an energetic buffet. Take what you want, leave the rest. All right, let's see what's coming up. Ooh, we've got the 9 of Materials, and I love this card. I love this card in general. It's just such a good energy, so delicious, and yeah. It's all about kind of material, security, and that can mean your favorite candle to, yeah, who knows, moving into a new place, or decorating your new place, or just feeling really abundant in your environment, spending time out in your garden or in nature and just feeling alive. Look at them, right? Just dazzling in the bounty of it all. And it's all about natural abundance. And it can be material abundance too. It could be anything that kind of gives you the warm and fuzzies in your physical environment, okay? The 4 of Voices, rest, recharging, healing, recovering, resting. Aquarius just got this card too. It's very interesting reading over in the Aquarius video, and I loved it. But they got this card too. And the 3 of Materials, so the 3 of Coins in this deck. And then the 5 of Voices Aquarius also got this card. Interesting. So just give me a second here. Let me see these all laid out together. I feel like they need to go like that. Well, in the visual, the mouse seemed busy, but it wasn't running. Like I said, there's a lot that a mouse does to create its security in the world, right? There's a lot that it runs around and gathers to create like safety to the best of their ability, right, Pisces? So maybe that's something that you're really thinking about, to like how to, I mean, the world is a lot of the time. It's very beautiful, but it's raw. Life is so raw. And so when, you know, and it must be so big to a little mouse, right? And it probably could feel like that. I know that I felt like that as a human being at times, like just so like, oh my gosh. But there's things that we can do to give us the warm and fuzzies in this life, right? So that's what I really feel like. I feel like this is what I'm hearing. The resistance is, and the revolution is to create a safe place to land. Right, Pisces? Like, yeah. A safe place to land to be able to deal with the fight of life and the joy of life. But this card signals healing. It comes before this card. It's about building that energy to go out and show up, fight. The Five of Swords is battle, mental battle, conflict. And life is full of conflict, right, Pisces? But it's not all conflict, right? So I feel like I'm wanting to like wrap like a really soft blanket around myself, and like call my friends or something. Like, I don't know, maybe that's something that could be helpful, or maybe that's something that you're finding yourself doing, and just, yeah, like resisting the pressure by finding the joy and bliss in life and celebrating that however you can. Like, it's very difficult, like, you know, the injustice and the inequality of life, and like can be very loud at times, right? And rest is revolution. Rest is resistance and revolution in the way that the world works at this time with exploitive capitalism. And like, yo, you know what I mean? I like, if you resonate with this, it's true, and I hope I validate like your craving and your quest for rest, and you're like, the mouse is hard at work, right? Like, and they're paying attention to the detail. They're right on the ground, you know, and they're gonna gather, like mice gather all these soft things for their nests in order to, and find little safe places to return to, right? So, you know, if, you know, keep calling those who you feel really, really supported by, that you feel comfortable with, that, you know, and that share a similar growth mindset as you, and and, you know, keep creating a soft place to land in whatever ways you can, right? And that can be even just like that's our physical vessel as well, our bodies. How we can feel more. This is something that I think is going to be a really like revealing lesson that's come for all of us out of Taurus season. I'm recording this on the first. This is the very last moments of Taurus season, actually, where I'm at in the Earth. Sorry, hair's driving me nuts. So how we respond and nurture and, you know, cultivate our physical selves. This is what Taurus really reminds us and teaches us. Our physical resources also include our physical bodies, and how we use what we have personally to build what we want in the world. And that, you know, so there's a real vibe of like celebrating oneself in response to like serious, just like struggle. And I love it, you know, because I just keep coming back to rest is revolution, Pisces. And is there anything else? I feel like, yes, I feel like there's more to say. What else for Pisces? It's too many. Although the first card I saw was the wheel. Again, Aquarius got that card too. So maybe if you're feeling called to go check out their video, check out their video. There could be something interesting in there for you. We talked about the shifting, ever-shifting time of it all, the ever-shifting change, the winds of change. So I was just thinking, like, I just heard stay ready so you don't have to get ready kind of thing. And that in lieu of resting and recharging and rejoicing, and even within the squeeze of it all, so much demands our time and energy and fight and mental energy, right? That we, like, in order to, you can't pour from an empty cup, so we have to recharge. This seems to be really like, I'm sorry if I'm being redundant, but this validation of rest, if that's something that you have been craving, that's something that you've been taking, that's something that you've been doing, and building, you know, your health back up in some way, however that may look for you, right? Like, fill in your personal details if this resonates, and like generating the warm and fuzzies in your environment, no matter how hard it is, no matter how hard you're fighting, because that is resistance too. A resistance that generates well-being and health for yourself and wealth, right? Okay, because wealth is more than money. Resources are more than just money. That's a big part of it, and that is huge and loud in the world that we live in, right? Back to this exploitive capitalism and how unjust and how oppressive and how unfair it is. When it comes to the natural world and we tune back into these leaves, we actually realize that everything that we need to survive is here on this earth. It's stupid how it's turned into a product, but rest is resistance. So take with that how you will. The Ace of Voices, the Eight of Materials, and the Queen of Materials. Again, Aquarius also got this card. Yeah, like there's this, like, just this fight to exist, and not only to exist, but to thrive and enjoy. And yeah, and whatever it is that you're creating and growing, there's a lot of dedication, there's a lot of skill building, there's a lot of learning that you've been doing, a lot of like practice. And it's just a lot of, I mean, the 8 of materials is skill building, it's dedication, it's mastery. And like there's this gorgeous line of like earth energy running up the center here. The rest of it is air, except for the Queen of Materials anchored underneath the 5 of Voices, which gives me this energy of like, I am doing what I'm going to do. I am going to make and build and create what I'm going to create. I'm going to love it. I'm going to nurture it. I'm going to grow it. And it's like, you know, so there's a lot of like truth, a lot of truth telling to yourself, perhaps even to others, in the way that you're wanting to grow, continue to grow your life the way that you want to grow it. I can see that there's a lot of assistance, and to be, you know, really keen and aware of like who matches your growth mindset in their own authentic way, and how you feel around certain people. You know, where, like, what are you noticing about the reciprocity? You know, to continue to spend time with those you feel that reciprocity with, so that this, because it's this 9 of materials is up here by itself. I just feel like it needs, like, that's where I'm feeling guided to put it. And it's all going up towards that. It's all going up to feeling better in your environment, in your body, in yourself, and to, you know, enjoy the life that you are leading, and to be like a revolutionary with it, to be like, you know that it's your right to enjoy your life. This all makes sense. And to, like, I was talking to Aquarius, like, happiness is not a destination. You don't just get there and then you stay there. It is a journey. It is a process. It is a quest. And to really pay attention to when we experience those happy feelings, those warm and fuzzies, so that when things are hard, we know that they also can feel good. And to remind each and every one of us why we're on this quest. And yeah, like, it, the more we confront, the more we know, and the more power we have, and where we can feel and stay in these areas longer, right? Trust in our ability to navigate the experiences of our lives. The mouse knows what it needs, and I sense, Pisces, you know what you need too, and you're finding ways to gather it. And enjoying your surroundings as you go, as you climb this hill, whatever hill you're on. And yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I hope this was helpful in some way, Pisces. I hope this month has been good, and I will catch you in June. Rest is revolution. I can sense with this, the energy too, one last thought is there's just so much more like expression of your needs, of your perspective, of what you need, even just towards yourself. Like, it's like this clarity of truth of what you need. Okay. I'll catch you next month, okay, Pisces?